Allie Ray, ready to go viral? She's unplugging the baby's NICU monitor. Get the nurse's attention to bring her food.
Because I do need my drinks.
Please repost this video and comment so I can get it out there so we can find her as soon as possible. Woke up this morning, opened TikTok, 250 messages of this video. This lady is in the NICU and she's unplugging the monitor, the baby's monitor, so to get the nurse's attention so they will bring her food. In the bottom of that clip, there is a business tagged in Strathcona County in Canada. I have contacted Alberta Health. I have contacted the Children's Hospital in that county, and they are looking into this to see which mom this is. And the nurses have said if it's not their hospital, they will share. We will find who this is. Even if the business is tagged, even if it's not Strathcona County, I have faith that if we get this out there, we will find where this is. Allie Ray, have the day you deserve. Remember this video? Allie Ray. Video was up less than an hour and a half. I have an update thanks to a bunch of you that gave me a ton of information, and I couldn't have done it without you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Alexandra Lindsay Hill. I was able to track down the hospital. I started in Canada because that was what was tagged in the video. My mistake. It was actually Webster, Texas. I got in touch with the hospital and actually got in touch with CPS. Here's the reference number. There is an active case being investigated. When I called the hospital, they said that they are on it. So they are going to be working with CPS to get this resolved. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not okay to do what these people are doing. And if you're defending this in the comments, are you the same kind of person? Are you the same kind of parent? If you're defending this in the comments, it is not okay. Now everybody, go out, be good human beings, have some humanity, and have the day you deserve.
You can't live somewhere more than like 5 months and not run into your neighbors, especially if like you're someone that goes on a stroll every night. Like you would definitely notice the house that's right across the street from you, right? It's the biggest house on the block. It's the bougiest house on the block. And this is why, with all of this information, I don't believe that white lady did not know that there was a black family living across the street from her. I'm a firm believer that that whole little charade of whatever the fuck she did, that was purposeful. Like, I don't believe in coincidences like that. I don't believe that you just didn't know who your neighbor was, number one. Mind you, he's been living in the house that he built, that house, nicest one on the block, for 3 years. Okay, anyway. Like, you have kids, you haven't seen their kids? Like, I'm sorry, but kids typically have the same schedules. Like, they go to school or daycare or some shit. It's just not believable. Like, all of it just sounds like such a scheme and a lie in a nasty way that a racist was trying to get a black man murdered. Like, just take 1 second and take a step back. It was giving her acting debut, and nobody fell for it. It's giving jealousy.
As a black American, the scariest place to be in America is white people's imagination. I told y'all the story about how my neighbor saw me walking down the street. I don't even call her a neighbor. That's just the bitch that lived across the street. But I was walking down the street and I was coming back to my house from a walk. And I walked up my driveway to my door and I picked up a package. And this lady proceeds to come over here and start yelling and screaming at me that I didn't live here. And she kept threatening me to call the police, that she was going to call the police. And so I got in her face and I was like, call them, bitch. And then I turned around, unlocked my door, and walked in my house. And when the police came, she said that she called them because she was afraid, because she reacted poorly. She was afraid of what I was going to do with her, what I was going to do to her, because she had approached me on my property in my driveway, and she tried to disguise it as a simple mistake. And I thank God to this day, this was like 3 years ago, I thank God to this day that I had cameras put on the front of my house. That white lady trying to make it seem like she's not racist and, you know, she's all upset because those people won't accept her apology. Like, she's not a Karen, okay? And I want y'all to start properly naming these people. I want y'all to start properly insulting these people. That lady is not a Karen. She's a Carolyn, as in Carolyn Bryant. Because what could her white woman tears have done had that Ring camera not been there? And then for her husband to come over there and like basically say like, you know, oh, it was just like a simple mistake, or oh, let's just forget it. No, let's not forget it. Because she tried to say, well, I didn't know that you lived here. He told you that. And your response was, I don't believe you. You're standing on my porch telling me that you don't believe that I live here. That situation is all too familiar to me. The only difference is it happened to me. It didn't happen to my husband. It didn't happen to one of my black male children, which I'm always telling my older son, who is 15 years old, 6'4". I tell him all the time, you gotta be careful with these white people because to them, you look like a suspect simply by existing. She knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing, and she's on the internet crying about it because it did not work in her favor. She knew what she was doing. Her husband knew what she was doing. That man whose house it was, his wife knew what she was doing. And that's why she came outside. You can save those goddamn tears. You cannot. I want people, and I know it's going to be hard considering who's getting sworn in as the president today and all of that. I know it's going to be hard for white people to step away from this idea of saying where black people should and should not live. But if those are the type of areas that you want to live in, go live there. They exist. But to be just out in a public place like that, that shit is crazy. And I'm going to say this, the wife is better than me because she sees all of this happening on the camera and she doesn't come outside until after the fact. Because me, if I would have seen that shit happening in real time, why the fuck are you on my porch? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up and down, that story is crazy, but it's not because it is a reality. There are so many Carolines in this world. I live across the street from one. She was ready to lie on that man. And she was ready and willing to, whatever would have happened if them police came on that type of time, whatever would have happened, she would have been perfectly fine and slept perfectly good in her bed that night. And she probably still did. The only reason why she's upset right now is because she's getting the backlash that she's getting. Seriously.
Yo, so this Michelle Bishop situation real crazy. But you know the thing I peeped that ain't nobody talk about yet? Notice how she ain't apologized until after the video went viral, after she realized she was caught on video. Shawty had no thought to apologize or admit that she was wrong until after she realized the internet was going to come for her. Once she realized she was going to be labeled a racist, which she absolutely is, that's when she want to start backtracking, boo-hooing, crying, and everything else. It's not even that she thought she was wrong, because I promise you she didn't think she was wrong. It's only the fact that she got caught in 4K, on video, being racist. Because you mean to tell me you sat at that man's house, rang his doorbell, and then when he pulled up in his driveway, you going to ask him if he lived there, and then turn around and be like, I don't think you do. Like, be so for real. Because if you ain't know that wasn't that man's house, then what you doing accusing him of being at the wrong house? Like, you don't even know whose house this is, obviously. Then go have the audacity to tell folks, well, you got to see it from my point of view, but still ain't apologized until after the fact. We not seeing nothing from your point of view, except for the fact that you were racist.
Did I overreact? Yeah, maybe a little bit.
A black man comes home after a long day at work. He sees somebody banging on his door like a crazy person. He says, hey, are you looking for somebody? Doesn't approach them, does not say anything aggressive. They say, do you live here? He says, yeah, I do live here. They say, I don't think you do. Grabs their kids and starts screaming to the top of their lungs. In your quiet neighborhood, help, 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 as if you are attacking them, saying somebody is following them. Comes back with people. Comes back with their husband. And then when your wife and everybody says, hey, yo, he lives here. This is his house. Then you're like, oh, come on. You got to understand. You can't. Are you really mad? Like, he is the problem here. And then your husband talks about oh, let's go. It doesn't matter. It does matter. White women need to understand their tears is literally the difference between life and death for us. Because you are screaming as if this man is attacking you. Somebody could come out there, a cop can come out there and put one straight through this man because of you on his front doorstep. White women control your fear. Control your internalized fear and work on your anti-black behavior. Talking about something, I thought it was a white man. You're lying. You're lying. And we don't care for your white woman tears. Take that and you can go with it and just stay far away from us. This is a social media influencer, Michelle Bishop. Michelle Bishop, owner of TLE Fit.
Apology video was very annoying because I feel like she made that apology because of the video went viral. The video went viral first before she made the apology video. And she's saying that, yeah, I overreact, but I didn't know, It's a lie. It's a lie. Seeing men get unalived because of women like this, and it's very painful and just very scary, because he was not even there to hurt you. You are in his house, and that man has a very good wife, because she was very calm and she made everything look smooth, because she was like, oh no, it's my husband, and they have kids as well. Just imagine there was a police around, there was cops around, or there was somebody that can harm the man around, can just hit him on the head, or shoot him or something. Someone that was just going into his house. I understand the fact that we have to be careful about our environment and all of that, but this was not the case, in my own opinion. You cannot be in front of somebody's house that is not your house. What are you doing there? And the person wants to come into his house and you're like, I don't believe he's there. What are you doing in somebody's house if you don't want harm? You're supposed to be taking a stroll around your area. It was not following you. If he was following you, and okay, probably you're running to a place, he wasn't following you. Anyways, what is your take on this conversation? Kindly share your thoughts down in the comment section respectfully. It's your girl, Myra Davies, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye.